Welcome to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and I'll break them down into bite-sized tips you can use straight away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Rise and Shine. It's your dose of business tech inspiration with me, Charly Leetham. Episode number 648. And this is going to be an interesting one. I have done a few episodes about setting up passkeys, how to create them, how to use them, the technical side. I got some pushback, and it was really good pushback, and I really want to talk about it. I think it's important that these sorts of issues get aired and discussed, hopefully in a non-adversarial way. So people were asking questions that I perhaps should have addressed up front. I thought I had, but yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start over. I'm going to talk about what passkeys are really, what's the trade-off, why you should care about them as a business owner. And I think, I'm not certain, but I think this is going to be the first in a series because there's more to this story than they're more secure than passwords. So let me just go through this episode today. What are passkeys? Really, what are they actually? The simple explanation, hopefully without jargon. A passkey is a cryptographic key pair stored on your device. When you create a passkey for a website, your device generates two keys. One is private that stays on your device, and one is public that the website keeps. When you log in, your device proves it has the private key without ever sending it. No password travels across the internet. That's the technical bit. Okay, so you've got two keys. One stays on your computer, one goes out in public. When you log in, they kind of talk to each other. Nothing no data gets transferred except, is this right? Is this wrong? And it proves that you have access to that passkey, to that piece of information that will let you have access to the system. They differ from passwords in that with a password, you know what it is. You can write it down, you can store it in a password manager, you can back it up, you can move it between devices however you want. But with a passkey, you don't know what it is. It is cryptographic data. It's managed by your device's operating system. You can't see it, you can't export it independently, you can't print it out and put it in a safe. Tech companies are pushing them pretty hard, though. Apple, Google, Microsoft are all pushing passkeys aggressively. They say it's about security, and they're partially right. It's also about ecosystem lock-in, and this is where I'm getting a bit of the pushback as well. And it's good pushback. I'm going to keep saying that. It's good pushback. Your passkeys are tied to your Apple ID or your Google account or your Microsoft account. You are tied to that ecosystem. Moving becomes much harder. So moving between accounts becomes much harder. The argument that these companies are making for security is that passkeys eliminate phishing. You can't give away what you don't know. They eliminate password reuse. Each site gets a unique key. They eliminate weak passwords. The cryptography is strong by default. They eliminate password database breaches. There's no password to steal from the website. On pure security grounds, they sound great. They are better than passwords. That's not debatable. But more secure isn't the whole story. Security is just one metric. Control is another. And independence is another. Resilience is another. Passwords improve security, but they reduce your control. They increase your dependency, and they create single points of failure. Whether that trade-off is worth it depends on what you value and what risks you're actually facing. I'm going to quickly talk about what changes when you use passkeys. You don't see or write down your login secret. This might sound like a feature. If you can't see it, you can't leak it. You can't share it with someone. It can't be stolen. But it also means you can't independently back it up. You're trusting that Apple's iCloud keychain or Google's password manager or the Microsoft system will never lose it, never corrupt it, and never become inaccessible to you. Your device becomes your identity. To use a passkey, you need the device it's stored on. Lost your phone? You need a backup device that also has the passkey. Don't have a backup device? You need account recovery, which usually means going back to email or SMS, the exact vulnerabilities passkeys were supposed to eliminate. Apple, Google, or Microsoft become your gatekeeper. Your passkeys sync through iCloud, Google account, or Microsoft account. That means your ability to log into anything becomes dependent on that account staying active and accessible. If Apple suspends your iCloud account, you lose access to every site you've used passkeys with. Same with Google, same with Microsoft. Moving between platforms gets complicated. Can you move passkeys from your iPhone to your Android? Technically possible, but it's deliberately limited. Can you export them to a third party password manager? Some support is emerging, but it's proprietary and it's incomplete. Can you print them out and store them offline? No, the platforms don't want you to leave. And you certainly, it's a key, it's a cryptographic key. What happens if your account gets suspended? Well, this is going to be the nightmare scenario, isn't it? Your Apple ID gets flagged for suspicious activity or locked, or your Google account gets suspended because automated systems thought you violated terms, or Microsoft disables your account because of a payment dispute. Suddenly, you can't access your email, your cloud storage, and every website you logged into with your Microsoft passkeys. You've got no independent backup because passkeys don't allow that. So there's a trade off here, and it's something that is rarely mentioned, or it's only mentioned in very specific circles. Security versus control. They're not the same thing. Security means protection from external threats, hackers, phishing, breaches. Control means you own your access, you can move it, you can back it up independently, you're not dependent on a single provider. Passkeys improve security, but they reduce control, and both of these things matter. You need to decide which matters more for your situation. There are things that you gain in the protection by using passkeys. You do gain protection from phishing. You can't be tricked into giving away what you don't know. You gain protection from password reuse. Every site gets a unique key automatically. You gain protection from weak passwords. The cryptography is strong by default. You gain protection from breaches. Websites don't store anything that can be stolen. These are real benefits. Now, I'm not even going to talk about at the moment, and I don't think I'll talk about it later on here, that AI can prompt you to allow your passkey through. This is just looking at without AI injected into it, just having standard phishing attacks, standard attacks on database. But you lose in independence. You lose the ability to independently back up your access. You lose the ability to move freely between platforms. You lose the ability to access your accounts if your cloud account gets suspended. You lose transparency. You can't see what the key is, can't verify it's backed up correctly, can't audit it. You lose sovereignty over your own authentication. So, why does this matter for business owners? Well, as a business owner, single points of failure are dangerous. If your Google Workspace accounts get suspended, you lose email and files. If passkeys are tied to the same account, you also lose access to your bank, your payment processor, your hosting provider, your domain registrar, your accounting systems, whatever you have secured using your passkey, you will lose access to. Everything goes down at once. That's not resilience, that's fragility disguised as security. The question you should be asking before you adopt passkeys, ask yourself, what happens if this provider suspends my account? Can I independently back this up? Can I move it to another platform if I need to? What's my recovery plan if I lose access? If you don't have good answers, then you aren't ready for passkeys, or the provider you're considering isn't giving you enough control. Okay, so in closing, Passkeys absolutely improve security. That's true. But they also centralize that control, increase dependence on big tech, and create new vulnerabilities around account suspension and vendor lock in. Whether that trade off makes sense depends on your threat model and your values. Over the next few episodes, I think I'm going to dig deeper into the specific considerations, what happens when platforms control your access. I might even dig into the digital ID implications. We're going to look at some practical, hopefully, I can look at some practical alternatives and how to evaluate when passkeys make sense versus when they're too risky. The starting point, though, is understanding that more secure and better for you aren't always the same thing. If you've got thoughts on this, if you've got questions, if I've asked more questions than I've answered, and I certainly hope I have with this episode, I would love for you to come and join my community, askcharlyleetham.locals.com. And I want to say, don't use passkeys, just use, your standard passwords, passphrases. I do want to say you guys need to be making informed decisions. So come across and join me in my community. We can have those discussions there. If you want, you can leave comments on my videos wherever you're watching or listening to them. I will get to them eventually. If this has been helpful to you, please give the video a like and share it with a friend. Understand that this is really just information. As things come to light for me, I will be sharing them. I like to talk about them. I like to talk about these issues. So maybe share it with a friend. Definitely like it if you like it. If you haven't already done so, please do subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, and let me know so I can let you know when I drop my next piece of content. The next one of these types of episodes, so my next podcast episode, will be the day after tomorrow. So I will see you guys then. Bye. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.